Hello, my little ones. It is time for another story. So today I have picked a story called The Three Little Pigs. Maybe you have heard of it. It's pretty popular. This is something called a fairy tale. Now, fairy tales usually have some kind of message that the author or the storyteller wants you to learn. In this book, I don't think the message is all that clear in this version. But I just want you to think about what might the message be here, and what can we learn from the Three Little Pigs? Let's take a look at it now. All right, here we go. This is the Three Little Pigs. This has been written by Eric Subin, maybe? All right, so if you enjoy this version of the Three Little Pigs, this can be found on getepic.com. Let's begin. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. When the time came for them to leave home, their mother gathered them together and gave them a warning. "Beware of the wicked wolf," she said, "for he loves to eat little pigs and children." Just kidding. "Who cares about an old wolf?" said the first little pig, skipping away. Soon he met a man carrying a bundle of straw. "Sell me some straw," said the pig. The man did, and the first little pig built himself a little straw house. Soon the wicked wolf came along. "Little pig, he called, "let me come in." "Oh, not by the hair of my chinny chin," cried the first little pig. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf, and he did. The first little pig scampered away. The second little pig met a man loaded down with sticks. "Sell me some sticks," said the pig. The man did, and the pig built himself a little stick house. Soon his first little brother ran through the door and cried, "The wicked wolf is chasing me!" Before long they heard the wolf's growly voice. "Little pig, he called, "let me come in." "Oh, not by the hair of my chinny chin," said the second little pig. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." The wolf did as he said, and the two little pigs ran off together. The third little pig met a man pushing a cartload of bricks. "Sell me some bricks," said the pig. With the bricks, the third little pig built himself a solid, sturdy house. Along came his two brothers, running hard and crying, "The wicked wolf is after us!" Soon the three little pigs heard the wolf. Little pig, let me come in." "Oh, not by the hair of my chinny chin," said the third little pig. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. Well, he huffed, and he puffed, but he could not blow down that solid, sturdy brick house. The wolf thought he would trick the little pig into coming outside. "Little pig," he called sweetly, "I know where there is an orchard full of tasty apples." "Where?" called the third little pig. "At Farmer Brown's yard," said the wolf. "Meet me at 6 o'clock tomorrow, and I will take you there." That little pig was up at 5 o'clock. By the time the wolf got to Farmer Brown's yard, the pig was sitting in a tree munching fruit. The wolf sat beneath the tree and waited for the pig to come down. "Little pig, how are the apples?" "Try one and see," said the little pig. He threw an apple with all his might, while the wolf ran after it. The little pig jumped down and scurried home with his basket of fruit. That evening the wolf tried again. "Little pig," he called, "come with me to the fair at Smithtown tomorrow. I'll call for you at 5 o'clock. Well, that little pig was up at 4 o'clock. He ran down to the Smithtown Fair and bought himself a new butter churn. On his way home, the little pig spied the wolf angrily trudging up the hill to the fair. The little pig climbed inside his new churn and rolled down the road. Wham! The speeding churn knocked the wolf into the next county. He was never heard from again. With the sweet apples and fresh churned butter, the little pig made a pie for his brothers, and they lived in the solid, sturdy, little brick house happily ever after. Stay with me. I will be right back. All right, my little piglets, here we are. I have two comprehension sheets for you today. The first one you see here says The Three Little Pigs Comprehension Story Structure. Now, this is just to help you remember what we read and what things are important when you do read. So, for example, on here we have something called the setting. Now, you can either write or draw a picture of what the setting is. Where did this story take place? Now, in this setting, you could put out in the country. You could draw the three houses here. Anything that would make sense and tell us where this story took place. Where were the three little pigs and the wolf throughout this whole story? The characters, you know. The characters are the people that we see in the story. And in this story, there were four main characters. And you know who they were. I can't tell you. If you don't remember, please go back and listen to me read the story again. Now, the plot of the story is what happens in the middle. What is this whole story about? Okay, what were the pigs' main problem in the story? So a problem is something that needs to be solved. And what was the solution? How did they fix their problem? Now, were the pigs the only ones that had a problem in this story? No. Even the villains, the bad guys in the story can have a problem. And he had a problem that needed to be solved. So you could also put the wolf's problem here and his solution here. And he may have come up with some solutions, but his solutions didn't necessarily work out for him. So be thinking about that. So the problem and the solution. On the next sheet that we have here is something called beginning, middle, and end. So at the beginning of the story, what happened? It can be real simple. Again, you can draw a picture. So for example, at the beginning, the pigs went out to build their own homes. Okay, that was the beginning, very simple. Or you could draw a picture of the pigs leaving Mom's house. In the middle of the story, what happened? Three big things happened during the middle of the story, maybe four. And then what happened at the very end? Did they live happily ever after? Did the wolf get them? Or what happened? What happened at the end of the story? Again, this is something you could also write for the wolf. At the beginning of the story, we don't know where the wolf was, but we do know what he was doing in the middle, and we do know what happened to him in the end. And you can also do that. I hope that these directions weren't too wordy. You know how I am. So these are attached to the calendar. I will try to upload this to Seesaw if I can, though I sometimes have trouble trying to get my video attached. So these will definitely be on the calendar for you guys to click and print out and complete. I will be right back. All right, my little ones, I hope that you enjoyed this story. Fairy tales are some of my favorite stories to read to kids. You can find a whole lot more on getepic.com, where I got this story from. One of my favorites is Cinderella. I don't know if there's a version on Get Epic, but I do have some of my favorites. If you were in the after school program, you know which ones are my favorites. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you now. Remember to give the comprehension questions a try. And remember, you are special, and you know how. By just your being you. There is no one in the whole world exactly like you, and that's you yourself. And people can like you exactly as you are. Until next time, bye-bye.